Hello, everyone, and welcome to ANIMYZE's first podcast. My name is David.
My name is Youssef.
My name is Dunnery.
And we do panels at conventions. Our main presence is up at Anime North, but we've done Anime Boston. We've been all over the place. We're music graduates. And what we thought we'd do today is sort of a live version of something that we do every kind of anime season, which is we sit down together and we listen to a smattering of the anime OPs that have come out. So now we're in the winter 2020 season, the first season of 2020 in general. So we thought we would just do that for you guys, which is to bring you sort of our live reactions to the anime OPs and give you sort of a consensus on them. We don't really care whether or not it's a good show or a bad show. We're not here to kind of debate that. We're just here to talk to you about some music. So, do you want to just go right into it, see what happens?
Let's go for it.
All right,
dive in.
So, first and foremost, we kind of went to My Anime List, which is our main resource for where we're looking and choosing our shows from, and we kind of curated the list a little bit because there's like 60 shows that premiered this season, so we narrowed it down to about 24 that we're going to try and sift through. So, right off the gate, which was the highest reviewed one this season, was Haikyuu, To the Top. So this OP is called Phoenix by Burnout Syndromes, and we're going to have a listen to it, and then we'll talk to you guys and see what we think about it. All right, so quick note, because I said that wrong. It is the most rated show, not the highest rated show this season. So who wants first dibs on this one?
Hope the show doesn't awaken something in me.
Deep-seated volleyball feelings. Everyone wants to be back in middle school.
I have it in my notes here. Originally, I said, it's pretty good. I bet I'd start liking it more if I kept listening to it, and I have, and now I love it. It was part of my meh category for a while. Now it's definitely one of my favorites. Do you guys know about the mere exposure effect? This is like this psychological thing that happens when you are shown something multiple times, you slowly start to like it more. This happens a lot with OPs for me.
So Stockholm Syndrome.
Burnout syndrome.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't have any real problems with it except for the fact that it has 4 pre-choruses.
They had me at the disco beats. The moment that there was that disco drum beat, I was in it.
We could probably confirm this. It sounds like the band that did the Dr. Stone OP, like the very first one. I'm not sure if it is, but he's a very like nice, thick voice.
Yeah, it's a very aesthetic voice.
You know what's so funny about it though is like when you listen to it, it makes you, I don't know what it is, but I listen to it and I just think volleyball. Like it's like a weird feeling where I'm just listening to it being like, is that the smell of volleyball?
Well, then maybe you're saying it's an effective OP choice.
I guess.
It's interesting because, I mean, I guess it should be noted that like in these pauses where we're watching them, we're literally like also watching the OP visually.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if we get the similar vibe from it without actually seeing the visuals of like, you know, all the volleyball boys jumping around. But yeah, there's definitely some like really strong stuff. The riff right at the beginning is really good.
Those synth hits.
Yeah, the synth bass.
There's synth in the chorus, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah.
For like a standard rock band, that's cool. Lots of arranging in the song.
Yeah.
Lots. And really like diverse harmony.
Well, what's nice is you get to do a lot of really cool things in a pre-chorus, and there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
So you really get to bust out those arrangements. I don't know. I think I'm going to be in your camp by the end of like the season. The amount of times I hear this OP is going to make me like it more and more.
The one thing that I've noticed at this though, and I'm not sure if I like it, I mean, it's a positive and a negative. It feels very tight. Like it feels like it's produced really well. It's arranged really well, but it feels very like meticulous, like almost like a little too clean.
I actually made a note about the production on this being like, wow, the production is really good on this. But
it's almost like too sparkly.
Uncanny, yeah.
Like it's a little too like, there's like 2 girl characters in the show. It's just a bunch of like sweaty boys jumping around. Like it's a little clean. That's all. It's good and bad.
Shall we hit up the next one?
Yeah,
on the
let's
list?
do it.
All right, so the next one on the list is Darwin's Game, which the OP is Chain by Asuka. Asuka, you may know as doing the Sword Art Alicization OP, which was it was beautiful. So so this is Darwin's Game. Let's see what it is.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you know what? Like, not as strong as the song she did in Sword Art.
No.
No.
I made my first note I made for this is that the string arrangements are like backpacking this song.
For
me.
for sure.
The piano fills are
Yes.
wild.
There's a piano intro at the at the beginning of the song, which is like very standard anime OP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was like some like weird distorted effects.
Yeah.
I actually like that. It's like this stereotypical thing we always do, and just kind of spice it up a little bit.
It just feels like it feels like it was like the upper echelon of safety. Like it was a safe anime OP. It doesn't feel like they did anything that was trying to push any boundaries, but at the same time, it did everything mediocre really well.
It hit all the marks for sure.
Yeah.
I thought the chorus was pretty strong.
Chorus is definitely strong. It's definitely the strongest part. Right at the beginning when they hit the halftime feel, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The pre-chorus was really good too. The string sort of movements. I'm just harping on the strings because I really like the string arrangements.
But you know what? This is the thing. The Asuka song in Sword Art, it's called Register, has even better string arrangements.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't actually, like, I don't know whether or not you've seen Sword Art, the last season of Sword Art, but if you don't even watch it, the OPs to the last season, Alicization the OPs are really good, especially the last one that Asuka did.
Yeah, and actually there's an instrumental version on YouTube that I
Yeah.
think her label like put up, so listen to that. You'll know what we're talking about.
This is like a 6.5 out of 10 like power move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like it's good. It's definitely above average, but the word average is still involved.
Well, I mean, the thing, it's above average for this season because this season is profoundly average for the most part, I think. So, yeah, let's hit this one. Okay, so this one is in Spectre. Spectre. I keep seeing this one everywhere. I'm probably going to get to watching it at some point, but I keep seeing it all over the place. So this is Mononoke in the Fiction by Chameleon. So yeah, let's check it out.
Let's give it a go.
Woo! Okay, so first and foremost, that is 100% my aesthetic musically.
I was gonna say.
And the exact opposite vocally.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a weird juxtaposition.
It's a very because that
It's
like
smart. I didn't love it at first, but then as I listened to it more, I think that's definitely the intention. They know that it doesn't
I
match.
love this whole idea of like it's math rock, but every now and then we lean on the blues scale really hard.
man, it was hefty.
Right.
But there's also like hits and like weird syncopations, especially at the end.
Drummer was having so much
the drummer
fun.
was having
Yeah.
is like he was off in his own little world. It was great.
But
I
it's
love
super
it.
tight.
Yeah.
Really tight parts.
Yeah.
And did you guys notice there was a ring modulator on the intro?
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
heard-
I don't know. I didn't like that OP the first time I heard it, and now I kind of really like it. I might reevaluate where I'm putting it on my list.
Yeah, the riff sounded really cheap in the beginning, but then when you kind of have the rest of the song to kind of quantify that a little bit, the riff sounds a lot better. Like the second time you hear it at the end, it's like, oh, you get like kind of like what preceded it. It's a lot weirder and more interesting.
It's a really well performed song. It's actually pretty well written. I think it's just the vocalist.
I think it's
the spoken pre-chorus part is
cool.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's just like her thinner, kind of like whiny or
my
high,
note
higher
was like it
registers.
was just
Yeah.
like it's just slightly too thin for me.
Yeah.
Like, cause like there's Lisa thin, and then she's just like whoever that singer was just like a smidge above that for me, like just a little bit too thin. But like,
There's times where she's definitely like playing up with like little vocal flips at
Yeah.
the end of her lines. She's playing up the kind of like cutesy part of it. It's definitely intentional, and I wouldn't be surprised if the producer at some point was just like, lean on that one, give it a little bit more because we're trying to like create some kind of, you know, black and white dichotomy to like we're going really heavy on this, and then you're going to be super light, kind of floating above it. And if that's what they were going for, they did a pretty good job of that.
I would see this band live.
yeah,
I'd love to.
yeah.
I'd be interested in how they do this live as well.
It didn't feel like there was anything out of the ordinary instrumentally.
It's just hard. I mean, it's hard, but like it's totally playable.
You know what it reminded me
Totally
Is she a VA?
You know, this is Uso to Chameleon. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'd be interested to find out. Because if it's not a VA, she's singing like a VA. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it
yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
very
yeah.
character based,
Yeah.
very, I don't know.
You know what this song reminds me of? What this whole OP reminds me? It reminds me of something that would be like a Noragami OP.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it reminds
totally.
me of like a weird mix between Hey Kids and the first OP, Goya no Mach. I'm just not going to say that word because it's not going to work.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It
But
definitely
yeah,
does
kind of
have
like that
feel.
mix.
Yeah.
All right, so next up on our list is Plunderer, which is the song is called Plunderer. It's like Dorohedoro.
Rah.
So this is Plunderer by Miku Ito.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great.
I think I hate it.
The only thing that really bothers me is that the chorus is so weak melodically. We listened to it literally 30 seconds ago, and I can't remember the melody at all.
No.
I know she keeps going up to the same note, then goes over it. Like melodically, there's just not a lot happening.
The intro was really nice.
The intro was the best part
There was like
of the OP.
Yeah. Yeah, like a nice
There's a bass solo.
a nice piano texture, and then the bass solo comes in, and the strings come in right
and then
after.
it's forgettable.
Yeah, and if you have a problem with the vocals in Inspector, then you're gonna have a problem with the
I
vocals
was
here.
just going to.
Yeah, like 100%.
I was just gonna say it's like almost the same problem, only the song just isn't as good.
As good, yeah. You don't have the juxtaposition of like maybe they had a cool idea to lean upon. They literally just hired this vocalist.
You know what this
and
is?
thought
This is very characteristically anime.
yeah,
But it just doesn't deliver.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 All around it just falls a bit short.
So next up, we've got one of the ones that I'm most excited for, which is
Oh my god, yes.
Eizouken. I don't remember what the
Eizouken.
Eizouken.
Iseton.
Hadouken!
It's the one from the dude who made Devilman Crybaby.
Yes.
Yeah,
Suck.
which is one of my favorite OPs this whole season. All right, here we go.
Okay, so as David was just saying, this is by director Masaki Yuasa. He's like this auteur. He's known for being like super weird. His stuff is very inspired. There's like an enormous amount of creative vision and ideas. He has this like super wacky style. He's quickly becoming one of like the most famous animators coming out of Japan. And I think the song is perfectly suited towards his super as wacky style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
What genre is this?
it's like
There's reggae in there at one point.
Yeah, there's
like
a
a little
lot
bit.
going
there's
on.
like, it's like rap and there's like
Blues slide
like
guitar
dobro
stuff, yeah.
kind of stuff. I'm getting kind of like a weirdy kind of 90s vibe from
Yeah.
this.
It's funny because the rapping is like really reminiscent about like what's going on in like J-pop, K-pop. Like it's a very
I was gonna say
that like monotone female voice.
yes is a big thing.
Super. Yeah, like it's really flat and like
If you-
bored
if you
sounding.
listen
It's super
to-
aesthetic.
I was just thinking this sounds the most like modern Japanese,
Yeah.
like popular music.
And they use gang vocals. You never hear that. Like intentionally like crowd people just like almost yelling off key like to the background. Like it's really clever.
I mean, I'm just stuck on the instrumentation. I think it's probably one of the most interesting songs I've ever listened to musically. Like if I took vocals out, I would pay money to hear an instrumental version of this without the vocals, just to know what's happening in some of these parts, because the drums and the guitar and the other guitar that's playing slide and the bass, like it feels like nothing should function together.
It might have been sampled even, or
The
they may have-
drums were I feel like the drums were sampled.
Yeah.
It's the same exact groove the whole entire song.
Yeah.
Though there's a couple like, parts that are happening,
yeah,
but
yeah.
overall, like I just love listening to the instrumentation of this tune.
super weird, just like the director. A lot of heart, just like the show.
I could jam to that like any day of the week.
I also
Really-
think the song might be called Easy Breezy. I'm not sure. I don't know what it was
I
in
don't
the
know.
OP that told me that it might be called Easy Breezy.
Oh,
Just a rumor.
I actually have a note on
Wait,
this.
isn't that the cover girl thing?
Yes, Easy Breezy, beautiful Isekai.
Yeah. That's our friend Bethany. She's sitting in,
She's
laughing at
assisting.
us.
So next up is the one I think we've all been waiting for in some way or another. All right, here's the deal. Okay, so first we're going to preface this by saying Funimation licensed to this show, and then Funimation unlicensed to this show.
Amazon also.
And then 2 days after that happened, Japanese television network
one out of the four.
out of the four also unlicensed the show.
Yeah.
And I believe the word was, and I quote,
Canceled it. Yeah.
canceled. I believe the statement was, we didn't realize it was porn. We just like didn't realize that it was that. So
I read
Basically.
the synopsis after you told me that this happened, and they're literally just reviewing brothels and like prostitutes.
Can I say it?
It's amazing.
Beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder. From elves to succubi to cyclops and more, the Interspecies Reviewers rate the red light district. Like what?
It's incredible.
It's a group of guys
Yeah.
going through the red light district, which is problematic enough as a concept. Like, historically, currently, and then they rate the people they.
Can it be ecchi if it's just about sex? Like, isn't ecchi kind of like it's subversive? It's like sort of about sex, but not that kind of thing.
Save it for the next podcast.
Save it for the next podcast.
That's definitely something.
But like, really,
podcast.
at
We
some
are talking
point,
about
this isn't
this.
even ecchi. It is just like it's just about
It's hentai.
sex.
It's just
hentai at that point.
Yeah, it's just hentai.
Like, this is just a hentai.
And yet, at the moment, it is Saturday, February 8th, 2020. This has a 9 on my anime list.
9.07 right now.
It's awesome.
So here it is. Interspecies Reviewers, which is Ikoze Paradise by the voice actors. So
Beautiful.
Yeah, here we go. It's a Village People song.
No, it's two Village
It's
People
two
songs.
Village People songs. It's in the Navy and the YMCA. That's it. That's the song.
It starts off being a ripoff of YMCA, and then the verse is
It's in the Navy.
Yeah.
In the Navy. You can sail the 7 seas in the day. It's just in the Navy.
If they don't get in trouble for this, then this OP should be like a masterclass in
What's the
avoiding
band's name?
plagiarism.
Or it's the voice actor.
It's the voice actors. It's the
Yeah,
voice
this is
actors,
not
yeah.
what they're in trouble for.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Village People came out of retirement.
yeah.
Are they alive? Okay, I'm sorry. Are they alive? Do we?
Doesn't matter. They're all gay. They're not watching this show.
It's true.
That's true.
That is very
They
true.
aren't
With
they're not-
mustaches like that.
Yeah. She just said they're not watching the show.
Yeah,
If they're still alive, that's probably true.
yeah. Wow, like
It's
that,
fascinating.
But that is a rip off without actually genuinely stealing anything.
But it's so incredibly close that like I could show a 6-year-old this song and then play this song for them and they would be like, yeah, it's essentially the same thing. It could be like a translated version of YMCA.
Actually,
like, it's that close.
anime does have a history of this, and David and I were thinking
Yeah.
about doing a video about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you listen to it, like they don't do the exact same melodies in the Navy, but they do almost the exact
It's
same melody,
almost,
and they
yeah.
do the exact same rhythm. In the Navy one goes down, they just go back up. But regardless, it's still like
Yeah.
it's just two Village People songs, which is great because there's a world out there now. They have created now a market for Village People anime OPs, and I want more of that in my life.
It's amazing.
I have to watch an episode of this show.
There's
There's
Really
no way.
don't have to.
the good news is you can only watch it illegally now since it's banned.
I don't think there are any
No.
Western licensors.
All right, so our next OP is insert generic light novel adaptation anime isekai thing.
It's something about overpowered,
It's
right?
something about being overpowered and it's an isekai.
BOFURI.
Here we go.
So that show is called BOFURI.
BOFURI.
BOFURI's.
Something. D's what?
Well, actually,
Joe?
there are 2 Sword Art ripoffs this season. So BOFURI's.
BOFURI's
Sword Art
Sword
ripoff.
Art ripoffs.
Yeah.
Amazing.
BOFURI's.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I enjoy this, except
Yeah.
for the messy ass synth in the verse. It is so ridiculous, and it just clouds over the melody.
I think the chorus is all right.
The chorus is great. I actually really like the melody a lot. But like the problem is that I'm also not focusing a ton, I think, on what's happening instrumentally, which I think is probably why David doesn't like this as much, because I think that's what he's listening for, and maybe it's not as interesting. But I'm actually kind of enjoying the melody of it.
I didn't like it.
Would you say it gave you ligma?
I would go out on a limb and say
I mean, low-hanging fruit.
Yes.
yeah, it's okay.
Oh, literally.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. It didn't butter my egg roll.
I
don't have any problems with it.
No,
I just don't think it does anything.
Oh, it's safe as hell, for sure. But I mean, for what was the other one that we said was really kind of Darwin's Game? Like, to me, this was just like if you're gonna do an OP for your boring isekai show, then this is how you do it. It's decent.
I should go out and say it's not actually an isekai. I make that joke because every time I see a fantasy setting, I call it an isekai.
It is an isekai. She literally puts on
No,
a
but
thing. She's playing a video game.
I thought isekai was when you're like
Teleported to another world. Okay,
versus
sorry. It's a VR isekai.
VR MMO isekai.
By the way, she
There we
puts on
go.
like a full dive unit.
It's legit just a full
it's
dive
an
unit.
SAO clone.
You know what?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this show. I don't think any of us will. And so no one get angry at us, but I bet the OP song is better than the show.
Yeah.
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 But not great. But I don't
I
think it's
enjoyed
bad.
it. No.
There are parts of the song I think are catchy.
I mean, I don't think it's fair that we should judge something on saying it could have been a lot worse. But like, wow, it could have been a lot worse.
I'm going to say exposure effect. I'd probably like it more if I listened to it.
Yeah. I'm very curious to hear a full-length version. I feel like that may redeem it in my eyes.
Potentially,
I'd be interested to see if they develop the verses better the second time. I don't know. Or maybe this is the second verse and the first verse is actually stripped down without the nasty synth. It's just the synth is just killing me on this one.
But like
I
on a
can't get
level
past
of
it.
that or the asterisk war OP, what would you take?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the asterisk war, is that OP or ED?
That's the OP.
It's the OP?
Because
Yeah.
the ED is good. That's Waiting on the
Oh,
Rain.
right. Yeah, that is really good.
The
yeah.
OP is... whew.
I mean, that is like the textbook definition of synth abuse.
If you want to know about synth abuse, if you want to find
Yeah.
out about it, Google asterisk war OP2. It's something.
It's rough.
It's pretty rough.
And if that is the synth that we kind of hold this standard to, then wow, yeah, they're doing okay.
All right, so next up we have one that I think this was Dunnery's favorite.
Ooh, yeah, I do really like this.
Also, shout out to this name, Toilet Bound Hanako-san.
Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun.
We're calling it
Yeah.
Toilet Bound Hanako-san because I get to say the word toilet bound, and I think that's funny.
I love it.
He on his way to the toilet.
So this is I forgot to be saying the name of these other OPs, but this is number 7 by the Jibaku Shonen band.
I think it's a VA.
I think it is the
It's
VA,
done by
yeah.
VAs for sure.
Yeah. All right, so here it is.
Okay, so I really, really like this. I think it's heavy in the right way. It's chaotic, but very balanced. The hits are extremely clean, but kind of all over the place. It's just very well orchestrated, very well put together. And it's everything that the Future Diary OP wanted to be, but couldn't be. Because
Leave me alone.
It really, it just hits all the notes. I just think it's great.
I know why you like it.
Why?
There's disco beats in it.
There is! Anytime there's disco beats, I get excited. Anytime.
These are, at least for me, probably the most inspired visuals
Oh, yeah.
we've had this season.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Did you notice some of the outlines? It was almost like a Demon Slayer, like very thick, but I found it not very linear. Like they'll like bulge up.
That's the
I
the
love
the Danganronpa style.
There is that
thing, yeah.
aesthetic going on here.
I don't know. I liked it. I like, you know what's funny? I think I like everything but the chorus.
Ooh,
like-
I love the chorus.
I like all the surround. I like the pre-chorus a lot. I like the intro a lot. I like the hits at the end.
High production value.
Yeah.
The song was very
Ooh,
well,
yeah.
very, very well produced. Because if you don't mix that or record that right, that song would sound so damn messy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
no,
Yeah.
It's pretty clean.
I think I like the chorus because of what's happening vocally. Once again, it's him constantly flipping up to the falsetto and stuff. Like it sounds great. It would be hard to sing well, and he's doing a great job of it. I think it's really nice.
It's that like stereotypically edgy
Yeah.
vocals that you see in a lot of like
But it's not trying too hard. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm mentioning the Future Diary OP, because that is an OP that just tried too hard. It flew too close to the black sun and fell. It knows that it has to be somewhat kind of fun, and there's cheeriness in the edginess, if that makes any sense.
Sure. No, totally,
Yeah, I'll give
totally.
you that. Yeah, I
It kind of rolls around in it and gets that it's like it has to still be fun. I mean, I don't really know what this show is entirely about, but it's called Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Like there's definitely some kind of tongue in cheek here.
There was definitely some humor there.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
musically they kind of play on that. I think it's very clever.
So next up we have the one that they're gonna be mean to me about, but I like this OP a lot. This is the what I don't remember the full name of it, but it's like the Love Scientists show.
Oh, it's like Science Fell in Love. So
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
It's called RikeKoi ni ochita no. Yeah, we can keep going.
It's a long title.
You know what?
Is it a light novel title?
I'll look that up. But thank you, Light Novels,
Yeah.
for ruining anime names forever.
Forever, yeah.
I want to know who started
It
this.
reminds me a lot of those old like Panic at the Disco songs.
Yes.
The tables are
I write sins,
Yeah.
not
Lying is
tragedies.
the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off.
Yeah, lying is the most fun a girl can have with the taking. There's a reason these tables are numbered, honey. You just haven't thought of it yet. Like
It's very clever. And I think it was fun the first couple, and now everybody's very exhausted. Also because I feel like they also translate into English very weirdly.
The moral of this story is make more original anime.
Please.
Stop adapting. All right, here we go. I like it, but they're gonna be mean to me about it.
You know, I'm not going to be mean to you about this.
No.
one.
I love let me get it this way. I couldn't care less about the vocals. I love everything else about the song.
Mistake.
I thought Sora, she has a really pleasant voice. Personally, I thought it was like, soft, easy to listen to. I like it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like flips going in and out. Like sometimes they affect their voice with those kinds of cutesy girl flips. It's not like that for sure, but it's also like melodically not very interesting what she's doing.
If you were to look at like the melodic contour, she's not moving up or down.
No,
it's kind of
there's not a lot.
standing very much like in a small range. Yeah.
It's just not going anywhere.
I just like the way that the horns interact with like certain things. Like in the whole chorus, every horn is on the offbeat with the snare. So you're like,
this is a ska group.
Everything.
It's like a ska ensemble.
Yeah,
they're not really playing ska music, but I usually am not that fond of those ensembles. But in anime OPs, they often do this.
It's funny.
Good.
I sat down like maybe a year ago or something like that, and I read the first chapter of this because I was just curious.
Yeah.
I was skimming for things to read. I read the first chapter of this, and I think it was one of the few times I read one of these, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I couldn't do it. I tried. I couldn't do it. But I might watch it. Maybe it'll be like something that like watching it will be a little more visually stimulating.
That happens sometimes.
But yeah.
But I also find that like harmonically, it's not doing anything super interesting either.
No, it's the horn arrangements for me.
Yeah, the horn arrangements are good. That's true.
It's just like a nice, soft, easy to listen to kind of song. There's nothing brilliant going on, but catchy. Yeah, I would say it's catchy at times.
Yeah?
Yeah. That horn intro is great.
Yeah, it's weird that the chorus is like the least catchy part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's
I agree.
fine.
Which is strange.
I think I agree.
All right. Next up we have, this is kind of cool. So Madoka's back, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is Madoka Magica Gaiden.
It's like a side story.
It's like a side story thing, yeah. Gomakashi by Tri-Sail. Let's just listen to it. See what's up. So I was like, the first note that I made is it's trying to invoke the like vibe of the original Madoka OP. Like it's trying to kind of play to that same sort of aesthetic. I don't want to say that it succeeds, but I think it sounds pretty good.
I wrote in my
it a
notes,
lot.
I thought the song was able to capture the feeling of the show and its aesthetic very well.
Yeah.
I also think the songwriting itself isn't as strong as the arrangement is. I think the arrangement is phenomenal.
Is what
Yeah.
carries it
I
for
want to
sure.
know who did this. I'll be looking them up later on VGM.
It also has an extremely strong pre-chorus to chorus.
Yeah.
Like if I only heard like the first half of this, I'd be really underwhelmed. But like once the pre-chorus hits and the chorus comes, like I find it picks up a lot of momentum.
Did you hear those the strings doing? I think it was like 16th note
16th note triplets.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then a key change. Maybe it sounded like a key change there.
It felt like it did what Madoka did. The original Madoka P has what, 3 key changes?
There's a few.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Just a few.
Yeah. The
I
bass
liked
is
it.
great.
Rhythmically, a lot's going on.
I like the other thing too I really like is it ramps down.
Yeah.
Like the endings normally are build up, so you're ramping up to something, and this song hits the peak at the end of the chorus, and then it just ramps down really quickly.
Vocally, there's a lot going on in the chorus as well. Like there's a lot of like really subtle harmonies, like above and below. It's really nice. It's really pretty. And then to like cut them out entirely just for like the last line. It's clever.
Yeah. I'll take it.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Well, next on the list is... Ooh! All right. So, Isekai Quartet. Let's do a consensus real quick before we talk about this OP. How many of the shows, out of the 5 that are represented in this show, how many have you seen?
So what are they?
You got... Okay, let's go out of the one we've all seen. We've all seen ReZero.
Yeah.
Next up on the list, Konotsuba.
I've seen that.
That's me and Isekai Quartet. Rising of the Shield Hero.
I saw that.
Okay. Evil Tanya-san, whatever.
No.
I saw that. And last but not least, Overlord.
Which you saw.
I saw.
So you saw all of them?
I've seen 4 out of the 5.
Oh, right.
Wow.
You couldn't pay me to watch Rise of the Shield Hero.
That's a commitment.
I really liked it. Just going out. I really liked it.
I can't do Isekai anymore,
You
guys.
would not
I can't
be
do
alone
it.
on that one, I don't think. People really did like it.
Well, fans. I
Yes.
think a lot of reviewers were on and off about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the music's good.
It's
music is very good.
it's very culty. Like people who like it love it, and people who don't like rail against it.
I think the experience is just like David's. I think a lot of people are just tired of isekai.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the conventions of the genre, you know,
Yep.
Obviously it was criticized for
is-
like some very there was slavery in it. I mean, I don't know.
You can't even beat around the bush on that
I was
one.
trying to sugarcoat it. You can't.
You can't. There's slavery.
Code slavery.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's why I loved Konosuba, because Konosuba subverted that whole genre for the grand scheme of things. Like, it was still an isekai without being a garbage isekai.
I could say the same thing about ReZero in some ways as well. In other ways, not. But yeah. Konosuba is definitely a good.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's check out Isekai Quartet 2. All right, go for it.
So I'd like to know what people think. Like, not us, other people, but I have a feeling the average anime fan probably.
Won't love this.
But we love this.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they don't is because it's like kind of composed in that like old Warner Brothers
It's
cartoon style.
extremely stylistic.
Yeah, it's a show tune,
Extremely.
basically.
It's a show tune.
Yeah.
It's like a 20s show tune.
Exactly. There was a guy named Carl W. Stalling who like pretty much made this style
sound.
famous
Yeah.
in cartoons. But I think the reason we appreciate it is that like your average musician can't make music like this anymore.
No.
It takes
No.
an extensive knowledge of like harmony
Yeah.
and especially arranging techniques.
Yeah.
Big band arranging techniques,
Yeah.
which is like
Yeah.
a lost art form. You know, like most people can't do that anymore. So it's very impressive and it's well done.
Yeah. I think the big thing is that like very often it feels like when you listen to OPs that are done by the voice actors, it's almost like it has an asterisk next to it where you have to be like, it could be good, ignore the voice actors. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe it just would have been better if we had a real singer do it or someone who's like a little bit just a singer. But this is the kind of OP where it's better because the voice actors are doing it.
I was literally
Yes,
going to say the one
yes.
thing that I liked
Yeah.
about this OP, mainly more than anything, is every one of the VAs didn't try to pretend necessarily that they were like a singer. It almost felt like their characters were singing.
It plays
for
it up.
once.
It's supposed to be
Yeah.
a comedy show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
It's a 4-coma show, essentially.
I think it made a lot of sense for it to be silly.
But like
Yeah.
even like my favorite part about that is
loved it.
Subaru's verse right at the very beginning. He's just screaming. It's really funny to
Yeah.
me. I love it.
Which he would be.
yeah,
It's really great.
You know what? I was getting like super like. You guys remember Animaniacs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like super Animaniacs vibes, or like Looney Tunes.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that right now, like in literally this year, the past 2 years, ever since Super Mario Odyssey came out, this sound has been cool. Like people like find this interesting now. This like kind of old jazz,
Yeah.
like 20s show tune kind of vibe. There's like a resurgence and a bit more of like a this is cool now. And you know, which is exciting because it's a really kind of I mean, up until now, it's been a very nerdy kind of music to be into
Yeah.
and enjoy. But people kind of find it interesting now, which is really cool.
I hope it comes back more. I'd like
Yeah.
to hear more of this.
Well, I just like these like amazing composers to try their hand at like big band arranging for 1 minute and 30 songs. Like that's sick.
I mean, like when we were kids, like you know, other than anime, a lot of the OPs, for lack of better term, sounded kind of like this half
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
All right, so next up we have ID Invaded, which I think we all agreed that this was a good OP.
It's
so
sick.
it's
It's
really cool.
sick.
So we're gonna check it out and then we'll get right back to you.
this is easily my favorite
Yeah.
of the Winter Core.
I think it might objectively be like the best.
Yeah.
At least in our opinion.
Yeah.
But like no, like 100% this is totally modeled after the kind of music I like. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys know I love
Serious like TK vibes.
like math rock, but like presented in this sort of pop format almost. God, there's just so much to talk about. I mean, where did we start? The vocals, maybe?
Vocals are insane. The singer is brilliant. Like absolutely brilliant.
I mean, it is very difficult to sing that chorus for even good vocalists.
Yeah, it's deceptively high, especially for a male, and like it's hard to tell exactly how high it is until you just like sing along to it, and you're just like, oh crap, wait,
There's
what?
Sometimes we see this in OP songs. Sometimes where like somebody will just like shove in a load of syllables into a song.
Yeah,
It's done at the right tempo. It's clear. Like his diction's great.
yeah,
Did you mean the Toradora OP?
yeah,
Yep. I was thinking of that one
yeah.
specifically.
It's extremely crisp.
But he's doing it's a great job.
This is a guy who has definitely done a lot of like mathy
Yeah.
rhythms.
Yeah.
This isn't some kind of new
lovely
thing.
tone.
Amazing tone. So crisp. It's so clear. There's no grit. There's no nothing. It's fantastic.
Go ahead.
Do you think that this OP is accessible to common listeners?
I think it's just the right amount.
I was gonna say I think it's like just peppering in enough of those like TK vibes and like math rocky vibes,
Yeah.
without it being too excessive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul OP.
When you say average listener, do you mean like anime fans? Yeah.
Anime fans, or even just like somebody who is, casually listens to music in general.
They wouldn't think of it as some crazy, like,
No.
chaotic tune.
No. The chorus is very melodic. The chorus is actually like super simple, which is a very smart way to play it when the verse is chaotic.
Also, big shout out to the fact that piano is the primary instrument in this OP.
But that is how you
I
sequence.
wrote in my notes, the piano is the real winner here.
Yeah, like the piano playing, not just like piano performance in general, but like the way that it's used and interspersed and kind of just like
It sounds
arranged.
almost inhuman.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Right? Like
That's the style
that
I
is the
love.
style.
Yeah.
It could have been a synth patch, but instead
Yeah.
they went with like a real sounding piano.
I actually wrote here, one of the really effective ways to get your song to sound chaotic without it going completely off the rails is that you have one instrument go crazy.
Yeah.
But have everything else kind of like lay back.
Yeah.
In the verses, it was the drums. And in the pre-choruses, it was like the piano.
Yeah.
They balance that like chaos really nicely. And so like it never goes too much.
Yeah.
But it's always there. It's like super controlled.
It evolves like very linearly. Like it develops very cleanly in each section. It doesn't just kind of like all of a sudden blow up or blow down.
And a direct modulation into the chorus. Love it.
It's super clean.
Love it.
So when we sat down to listen to all of our OPs about a month ago, when we kind of had the idea for doing this podcast, we didn't listen to this one. This one somehow just eclipsed us altogether. So this is like the first time we've talked about this OP. Some of these other OPs we kind of brainstormed things around, but this one is the first time we've actually sat down and like discussed this. So this is Dorohedoro, which is Welcome to the
Oh my God.
Chaos. Welcome
to the Chaos by now_name. And yeah, so
That's a
I have
SoundCloud
things
name.
to say about this OP.
I have some things,
It's something.
there's
So
interesting things.
let's
about
have a
it.
listen and then we'll talk about it. So anybody else feel like it's just like the weirdest acid trip you've ever been on?
Yeah, it's very like psychedelic. Like the color scheme, everything about it.
The music.
The music.
obviously.
The title of the OP is Welcome to the Chaos, and I feel that.
Yeah, it's very strongly.
I also want to point out too that like in the chorus, like those are pseudo blast beats that they're just dropping in there.
Yeah.
Like that's some weird energy for an anime OP.
I actually love the intro. I transcribed the vocals in the chorus. There's like in the background, there are two voices singing parallel fifths. It's a C chord,
Very
and then they go like
Gregorian.
C5 to like D flat 5, which is super out if you don't know anything about scales. That's super out.
Yeah.
But like it really works, super eerie. And then they bring it back for the pre-chorus. I actually thought that was really cool because there's something off about this show,
Yeah.
right?
Obviously.
Like you can tell.
I don't know. What's it about? Is it about a chef for lizard people? Because that's all I got out of the
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's
OP.
like bugs running around.
We-
It's very curious.
That cat
we've been
thing.
we've been slacking this season on actually watching
Yo,
shows.
mom, there's this weird cat outside. When the blast beats start and she's just like chopping the food aggressively.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And then there were those like traditional Japanese style vocal. I mean, there's many different kinds of Japanese style vocals.
Yeah.
Just a very interesting like
Yeah.
just
a really weird vocal
mix.
style, right? Like really riding on like those little vocal like flips and
which
stuff.
and it's incredible. It's amazing how they do that.
Super hard to do.
What I mean is like putting all of that together in a song.
in one
Yeah.
song.
it's
Yeah.
very eerie, very weird. But like I think it really works with the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
it's one of those things where context matters a lot.
Yeah.
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 But it could potentially be. I mean, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought
I'm
it was
planning
really
on
neat.
watching the show and
Yeah.
seeing what happens.
I wonder
And
if
again,
it's
that's
like
the point of the OP, right? Is to draw you in a bit.
I wonder if it's like subversive in the end. Like I wonder if the show's like really wholesome. And the OP's just like really
with
weird.
that
It's
much,
Mappa,
no.
right? It's Mappa.
Yeah, I think so.
The synopsis, it's like 3 paragraphs long. So
Oh, that's too much
I don't
effort.
know how simple.
Okay.
You love to see it.
I'm interested. Very
So-
interested.
I'll tell you a fun story. When I was just getting into anime,
Oof.
don't do this to me.
I'm about to take you way back.
When I was just
Let's
getting
go
into,
all the way back.
When I just started getting into anime, I was watching not a lot of things, but one of the things that I did watch because I saw a GIF of a clip from the first season of a certain scientific railgun, and I was like, "Yo, that's really cool!" So I started watching that show, and then I read all of it, and I'm caught up in the reading of it, and I don't know what it is about this show that brings me back to like simpler times, listening to a Fripside OP.
You know what it is? It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh my God.
So this is the new season of Certain Scientific Railgun, which it's been a hot minute since we've had a season of Railgun.
It has been
I think 5 or 6 years. Once again, they have Fripside doing the OP final phase. So we're gonna have a listen to what synth abuse sounds like,
I'm so
and then
ready.
we're gonna be right
Hurt
back.
me.
Can I just
me.
say that this band's name has English in it? Like they leaned into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
Fripp means something.
Ah, that could be
maybe they're on like the bad side of King Crimson's guitar player Robert Fripp.
possible. Maybe he's in the band.
We're
Maybe
on the
he's-
Fripp side.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip. All right,
See you on the Fripp side.
come on, guys. She's a human railgun.
Not good enough.
It's really cool.
It's like
She's a
kind of like when Optimus Prime used to turn into a gun.
that was Megatron, dude.
Oh yeah.
Optimus Prime is the good guy. So here's the thing. I never said that I liked all the Fripside OPs. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. I don't know. It's Jennifer, you just tell me about the vocals real quick.
They're not great. They're not amazing.
A little thin.
A little.
A
little.
thin.
I mean, if you sing into an empty tin can, that's probably what it's going to sound like.
Yeah.
I was buzzing. I heard a vague buzzing in my ears.
I'm half interested in hearing what it would have sounded like if they just transposed the song down a few keys and just gave her some space.
Bring it down like a fifth.
in her
There's
range.
no room on the
There's
top at all.
No range.
Yeah.
No room for there.
It's just kind of, it's also very kind of flat. Like it doesn't go anywhere because she can't go anywhere.
yeah. One thing I wrote is that the song, like in terms of mixing, is like super compressed. There's like no dynamics at all.
None.
You know, that is kind of like the EDM style nowadays.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt like there was more to that song than that.
There could have been.
Right? There could have been a lot more dynamic.
Yes.
It was super compressed.
Here's the deal with like these OPs and this show though, is this show takes place on like a special area of Japan or of Tokyo. I forget the specifics, where like technology is like 20 years ahead of the rest of the world, and it's meant to be like a technological marvel where they kind of are. So like they're going for like the abrasive techno vibes with the OPs. So it kind of like fits the aesthetic and the theme of the show.
I actually like the whole Euro trash meets J-pop thing.
I agree. But there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is it. This ain't it, Chief.
You know what? Okay, I did like the synth tones. Very like 90s EDM.
Yes.
Very Euro.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
Euro.
Yeah.
You don't hear that a lot. There was also,
Very
we
percussive.
talk about this sometimes in our panels. The verse had a non-repeating chord progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a super long,
It had
involving,
movement.
like
Yep.
narrative chord progression.
Absolutely.
It's not my favorite song. In fact, I don't really like it, but
Yeah.
there are elements of it that I actually thought were pretty cool.
It's just like everything just felt like it either didn't lean into it hard enough or it pulled back too much. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
There are areas where it could have really expanded upon, but instead it just kind of played it safe once again.
But on the flip side,
God.
No, thank
I know
you.
I have nothing to say after that. Actually,
But on the flip side,
Next clip.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, quite literally on the flip side, so
Oh,
we had an
goodness.
exhibit here in the city. Yusuf, please take over.
Okay, so the next show is Nekopara. Now, for those who don't know, for the uninitiated, Nekopara started off as a visual novel, and the visual novels have been very successful. They are, however, eroge, where you have sexual relations with cat girls.
You gonna the cat girls?
Yeah,
you are indeed.
you are in deep.
You are in, yeah.
Anyway, so I'm at the local library, and I'm walking up the stairs, and I'm passing by the children's book section. I get there, and I come face to face with an exhibit. The exhibit is by a young Palestinian girl I think she was a young teenager. She was an artist, and the whole story behind her was that she wanted to be sort of like a Canadian. She comes from a pretty like war-torn country, and they were showcasing her art at the library on full display. And so in the kids section, there were her drawings of all of the characters from Nekopara.
That's so problematic.
And I just almost shit my pants because like I'm like, does anyone else know?
No.
And like maybe she played the Steam version that was censored, but
Hopefully.
Well, it's like the people who like are really into Fate and don't realize that it is just straight up an
it's
eroge.
just so funny to me
Yeah.
that the characters of an eroge were on full display in the kids section at our library.
It's great.
This is in the middle of the city. I don't know,
It's
it's just
like, yeah, it's terrifying. It's a terrifying thought.
this is the world we live in now.
Yeah.
So,
lovely.
We're going to
Lovely
have a
story.
quick listen to the Nekopara OP, and then we will get back at you. I like it. Get at me. I like it.
Okay, can I just say,
It's really fun.
in the YouTube comments, the first comment is, well, at least it's better than the Cats film. Oh, God.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
look, that is
Go ahead, go
quintessential to me. That is quintessential anime OP.
Super, dare I say, hua hua.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but
yeah.
like, you know what? Anime is made by committee. Loads of money go into these. These people aren't idiots, usually, right? Like, they're leaning into this.
Yeah.
They know exactly what this is and who this is for.
Yeah.
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 Like, this isn't just like silly writing. This is a convention. So, I mean, yeah, I get it.
It's fun. It just feels fun. It just feels like a party with cat girls that are definitely 100% not.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't go the way I wanted it to.
I'm trying to not let my opinions on like the content of the show change how I feel about this. But once again, like I said before, how some songs that have VAs singing require an asterisk. This requires an asterisk. Wow, those vocals. Oh my God. Please.
For those who
someone
haven't figured it out
send
yet,
help.
Dunnery is a vocalist. I'm a guitarist, and David is a cat girl lover.
Yes.
That was
Very
not what
much
I
so.
meant.
There's some really great stuff in this. There's a synth like fill in the pre-chorus that is actually really, really, really cool. And I really like that.
There's two key changes.
There's two key, like it's definitely
Yeah,
musically
they start off in
interesting.
one key, they modulate, and then they
Yeah.
come back for the outro. I
They do like
that.
direct modulate in the outro too.
Yeah.
They don't even like try to sugarcoat it. It's just like, and now here's key change.
Yeah.
Again, putting the VAs on this song felt like a contract decision, and musically it was a bad contract decision.
And I bet this will sell some
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
It'll sell a lot.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
People are going to be singing this at conventions.
It's a surprisingly famous visual novel. That's what's so funny. This show blew through its Kickstarter campaign like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had friends in college, like we would be in our like college like dorm room like common area who were playing this game.
Wow. The future of
Yeah.
the music industry,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. And those people go on to then like write anime music.
Quite literally, they are in Japan right now writing anime.
Do they have no shame?
No, definitely none. Absolutely not. We there was one night where we were all in that room and
Wait, don't say it into the microphone, but like who was it? Can you like lip it for me? I was about to guess him.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
so
Yeah.
amazing.
And on top of that too, like there were nights where like we would sit down and at like 1:00 in the morning we'd be like, hey, let's just like watch, I don't know, all of No Game No Life in one sitting.
That's awesome.
Like just do stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know? It's good.
How'd you do in arranging too?
I never took
I
it.
did arranging too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I love arranging.
Yeah,
So
that's
I wanted to
awesome.
do arranging too.
I do
It
not love
sucked,
arranging.
but I did it.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
The part where I had to like hand write everything, my teacher was like, listen, you're not going to have technology forever. I was like, really? I feel like I'm going to die.
I think we're not going to have you forever, dude.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, okay, OP, fun. Wish it had real singers.
Yeah.
It's the only
But,
problem.
you know, I don't know. It knows what it is.
Yep.
It leaned into it.
Yeah,
It had
exactly.
fun. It had fun while doing it.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun.
All right, so next up we have Infinite Dendrogram, Unbreakable by Aoyuki. Yeah, I don't have anything to preface this because I outright don't remember what this song is, which is probably going to lead into what I have to say about it. So let's have a listen.
So yet another SAO ripoff.
Yeah, it's pretty egregious.
In my
too.
opinion. I mean, the show, but also I think the song is even almost slightly trying to go for that, but
It reminds me more of the. Sorry, I'm eating a cookie. It reminds me more of the Air Aoi song than it does Crossing Field.
I was just going to say that, but I actually have that in my notes. I think Air Iowa just does it better.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
the singer is, the singer's not great. She's really like forcing this out. It sounds like it's just like too high for her. Again, like if they had just dropped it down like a whole step, minor third, like she would be in a much more comfortable position. But they're going for this like kind of shouty quality, but it just doesn't end up sounding
that's
good.
the Aoi Lisa thing. Like
It
they
is,
want
but like
to be
Air
in that-
Aoi can do shouty vocals and nails it, right? Because she has that like really husky kind of throaty voice. This girl does not have that, and she would do probably a really good job of something like a little bit more pulled back. But yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't the right choice. It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
All right, so let's just.
I had that in my notes for Nekopara and I never said it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to let's get this out of the way real quick. The bass fill,
It's
bad.
So in the
An issue.
chorus,
Second half of the chorus.
There is a bass fill that starts off pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then leans and like lands and stays.
yeah,
Sustains on like a really out note.
yeah,
But
and
just
not
a
out in a good way.
No, it's
No.
just like just a bad note.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's all about how you approach bad notes, how you do it. It's about
Yeah.
doing it right.
Yeah.
He does it wrong.
No, there's no setup.
No, it
It's
just
like
sounds
all
bad.
of a sudden happens, and it's like, oh,
That's one of those notes where you go,
yeah. Your whole body just kind of like tightens. You're like, ooh, what's that?
Yeah, and not in the good way. Like when you're listening to some good jazz, it kind of crunches up your
stank
face.
face, yeah.
No, this was like, oh,
clench your
in my
felt
stomach.
bad.
Yeah.
I felt it in my loins,
Yeah.
Set my plums.
Yeah.
in my plums.
So, yeah, I don't know. I will say some of the songwriting, some of the arranging, pretty cool,
Yep.
but not great. No.
The chorus melody is like pretty solid. Like it's nice and catchy.
If I can remember that,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Some of them I just couldn't even remember, but this I can, and it's not half bad.
Okay, so this one's going to be a hotly debated topic. So this next OP is, or this next show is Pet. And this features the illustrious TK from Ring Toshi Shigure, which is one of Yusuf's favorite bands, favorite artists.
100%.
They've done a lot of stuff that I really like, but I have we have very sorted opinions on this OP.
It's an interesting one.
So we're going to have a quick listen and see what we get.
Okay, so as David said, I'm a little biased. I'm a huge fan, but I think the intro has a really effective use of space.
Yeah.
You know, like the song starts off with synth, which is a nice change of pace for him. And there's also this like very eerie. So
There's a really strange effect on his vocals. It's
yes,
really smart.
and also in the intro, it seems they've sampled him talking or maybe even singing in a different key, and they're playing that in the background while he sings. And there's this off kind of like kilter feeling to it that I love.
That vocal effect, by the way, that they're doing is just distortion.
Yeah, but
They're just overdriving his vocals, but not clipping them.
Well, that is clipping in a
But
sense.
like,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He distorts his screams a lot because he's a pretty weak scream. So
Yeah.
distorting scream vocals is one of the best ways of just like giving it extra oomph. It sounds like they have like a really good technique when they don't. I don't know. I'm in love with this song. I think he's like just a master. I said this about the other song by the band So.
That was ID Invader, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
TK is just like this master of just like controlling and manipulating chaos, but then putting it into a form factor that is accessible. That is like poppy. I love this.
Yeah. Melodically, it's very strong because it's just as chaotic as you would expect a TK song to be, but it does have some like really kind of strong, small ideas that it keeps coming back to. It's really smart.
One thing I noticed is that you don't notice when the introduction becomes the verse.
Yeah.
There's this seamless transition. Like usually you make that an event. You tell the listener as a composer or an arranger or whatever, this is the intro. Okay, now we're in the verse. But if you listen to it, it just slides right in. Like you just don't even notice.
Yeah. And at some point, like the vocal effects go, and then it's just clean vocals. I think that's from the pre-chorus on, right?
I'm not sure, but there's a lot of that. Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
I always found with TK OPs that they're extremely hit or miss. His OPs, like, you'll get an unravel or an abnormalize, and then you'll get something that is trying its hardest to be unravel and abnormalized a lot of times. Or people are pigeonholing, I'm assuming people are pigeonholing him into writing something along those lines because of how iconic they are. I'm not a big fan of this one. I don't know what it is.
I think he definitely had a
It felt
dry
like
spell for a little while.
Yeah.
In his writing.
It felt like just like a weird Unravel knockoff. But I love the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
And I love the chorus. I love the outro. I just don't like everything leading into that pre-chorus. It just feels strange.
It has a very floaty quality. Like it's not tethered to anything in the same way that Unravel is. Like Unravel has this extremely strong melody, a really strong foundation with like the really nice piano chords that are sparse, but it's sparse in a way that keeps the melody rooted. This feels a lot more kind of flighty.
Yes,
You're right about that.
I mean, I love Unravel just as much as anyone else. In terms of like a dynamic, it has this very characteristic, like the verse is kind of like down here, and then there's the huge, big emotional chorus.
Yeah.
This for me is a lot more mature. It's way more diverse. More is going on. He's exploring like much more ground, much more territory. I think it's very diverse.
Yeah. The gratification isn't instant in the same way that Unravel is.
No, it's a subtler, deeper kind of composition.
Yeah.
My other issue with it is the drums. Not in the sense that drums are doing something wrong. I just find that until the chorus hits, the drums don't feel impactful. Yeah. I keep hearing those cymbal crashes when they do the big open chords, and those cymbals die. They're gone. They don't feel like there's an impact to them. They don't feel like there's I don't feel an oomph behind any of his drums like I normally do. But then when the chorus hits, they're there and they're really strong. And I almost wanted that to start a little bit sooner. It's almost like there's a sidechain compression or something that doesn't kick in until the chorus. I don't know what it is.
Spoken like a true drummer. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, but because I'm also not really listening for that. I think that you can kind of get what you want out of this one. Like, again, like I'm focused a lot on the vocals. And vocally, it's immense. It's immense.
I feel like I could spend a week just like breaking this down and learning new things.
Yeah,
it sounds like he's experimenting a little bit, which
Then I guess in this sense, maybe it's just something I need to listen to more.
Or maybe you just don't like it. That's also fine.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I like parts of it. I just think maybe I do need to just sit with it a little bit more, or try to flush Unravel and Abnormalize and like Us and get them out of my head. And try to just take this on its own merit.
I think the problem is that his sound is so unique that it's very difficult to kind of divorce yourself from the stuff that he's done before.
Well, those songs were just such big hits.
That too doesn't help.
Yeah.
Like huge
Unravel
hits.
was unescapable.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one. We wouldn't have an anime season if we didn't have a Weird Academy ecchi harem show.
Yay.
So without further ado, we have Muranase Seton Gakuen.
Seton Gakuen.
The Seton Gate. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. It's the school show about furries. It's that thing. That show.
I'm excited.
Yeah, this one. All right, we're gonna listen and then get
Furry
back
fans are about to get very angry at you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to call it.
But yeah.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, something. It's something.
I really hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Did you guys notice that all of the males are like full-on animals, whereas like the girls are all like animal people?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's so deep.
I wonder who this show's for.
It's got to be a metaphor for something.
I wonder what the target
What
audience
is the target audience?
All right, so song-wise, what's that song? Ooga chaka ooga ooga.
Oh my god.
That's what it reminds me of.
I can't stop this feeling. Yeah, no, I there's literally nothing I like about this, to
Not
be very
one
honest. There isn't a
instance.
single moment where
No.
I'm actually enjoying myself.
I don't like this song, yet I get why they went in that direction.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I keep saying that, but like, I don't like it.
I don't
I
even
know.
think there's an asterisk next to using the VAs in this song. I just think it was a
No.
bad call.
Literally, the only thing that I wrote down was just like they're using gang vocals again, but like in the worst way possible, where there's like literally one person singing and then 8 people just shouting behind them, not in any key at all, which like sometimes is fun. This time when it's like your entire chorus, which like barely has a melody, yeah, it's just not great. It's just not great at all. Is it fun? If you like this show, you'll probably love this because it is. It's like a comedy thing. Like it is.
At
It's
the
fun.
at the moment, it's got a 7.18 on Mal. So like,
Guys, I'm caught up in the
Jeez.
manga.
You need to
wait,
shut that down.
wait,
Real
Guys, I'm
quick.
you didn't mention that at the beginning,
Guys, I'm caught up in the manga.
Traitor!
How dare you? Yeah,
I you know what? I bet it's fun.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it's fun.
It's weird.
The people who like it will like it.
Yeah.
The people who don't won't watch it, and the world just keeps on turning.
Anime keeps on happening.
Anime keeps on happening. These shows will never stop being made, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
This is the thing now. When, like, there are so many studios,
Yeah.
and anime's bigger than it's ever been. Now we just get niche shows.
There is a man, many men or women, who literally just go on the computer looking at manga, being like, could we make this into a show, do you think? I mean, yeah, might as well. We have a budget. Like, let's just do it. And this definitely feels like the kind of thing that has a following of some kind. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Also,
Sure.
Interspecies Reviewers.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
for a different audience.
Different kind of interspecies.
Yeah.
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 All right, so next up, we've got Heya Camp triangle. I don't know, is that like a Greek symbol or am I an idiot? Or is that just literally a
Oh.
triangle?
Isn't that a delta? Like a triangle? Like in Greek, in the Greek alphabet?
Either
Yeah.
way, the song is called The Sun Shower by Asaka. And yeah, let's see it.
This is great. I think this is really nice. Again, I'm going to comment on the singing. I think she's a fantastic vocalist. It's very pulled back. It's very restrained, but in a way that fits the vibe perfectly.
She is an incredibly strong singer. She's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
She's on like the Mages label, and she's only been in a handful of shows. But since she's on that label, she's poised to be in like tons in the future.
Yeah.
She's an Annie-san artist.
Yeah.
I
The
could-
technique's amazing.
I could listen to this anytime. Like the vibe to it, just the aesthetic, the feel, the groove. I absolutely love the groove to this song.
I think it's a safe song, but I think it fits the aesthetic of the
Yeah.
show very nicely.
Yeah.
I don't think, compared to her other songs, that this is her strongest, but it's very.
I mean, the show's
It's quaint.
the show's English translation is Laid Back Camp, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty laid back song.
Yeah.
It's great. I think it's
I'm
wonderful.
into it. Yeah.
I think it's really, really nice.
Yeah, she has a very mature voice for someone her age.
It's mixed really well.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
Everything's
really
really
well.
present in a good way.
Yeah, nothing's like hiding. It's all just like very
Yeah.
like kind of like face value. It's great.
And again, they're capitalizing on the fact that she has a bit of range.
yeah, no, they
melodically,
let her
but-
shine a lot. Like whoever wrote this knew her voice very well, for sure.
All right. So next up, we have the Sorcerous Stabber Orphen.
Yay,
Calling You by Buzz Vibes is the song.
buzz vibes.
I want to point out that I couldn't write it in my notes, but there's actually Buzz and then a star and then Vibes. So yeah, let's.
Picture that in your head.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Yeah, it's not amazing. It's not amazing.
It's-
My notes,
Ooh.
I have one thing. I said, not great.
I put this 100% at the bottom of my list.
This is a very old franchise. The light novels came out in the early 90s, 94. A video game that we definitely all saw in EB Games, because I remember it came out in 2000
Yeah.
for the PlayStation 2. You guys know how nostalgic I am about the 90s anime, like the light novel,
Aesthetic
manga
and- yeah.
aesthetic. I was really hoping this would be good because we just don't see that anymore.
Yeah,
It's kind of like this like lost aesthetic that I love. Not good. And its
Missed the
ratings on Mal
mark.
are bad. I don't know.
like there was an attempt, which I think is kind of the worst part about it. It's not phoning it in. It's really trying and missing hard. It's trying really hard, and it's just not working for me.
The real tragedy too is the outro's not half bad.
No, the outro's
That
pretty
little
interesting.
acoustic guitar part played at the end is really solid. You know what my biggest problem was is I think the outro would be incredible if the singer would just shut up.
Oh.
Just stop.
Is that nasal? Like,
He's going really high up in the placement and like blocking it all off with his tongue. Like it's very just like, like it's just
like he's
nothing's
choking.
working out very well for him that day. Yeah, it's not great.
He probably went home and had a good cry.
He definitely, do cry. Yeah, like there's problems.
We'll call you.
yeah.
Like
We won't be calling you.
we
I'm
won't
sorry.
be calling you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I'm not loving it.
That'll be a no for me, dog.
Yeah,
That'll definitely be a no for me, dog.
All right, so on to our second last OP we're going to talk to you guys about, which I think we all kind of agreed was like the most surprising premise of a show we saw this season.
I love this.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy. And I'm definitely gonna watch this show this season because I'm very curious what direction it is. Is it adapted from a manga? Is it a manga or a light
He's going to
novel
check
or
it out.
something?
So we're talking about Runway do Warate, the like runway model show that's like
it looks like it from the OP visuals that the two main characters, one of them's like a struggling
Designer,
designer, and the other one's like an aspiring
Yeah.
model, and they like work together. It sounds really interesting.
So the OP is called Lion by Ami Sakaguchi.
And this is an adaptation of a manga.
Nice.
Of a manga. Okay,
Sweet.
cool. Yeah, like we were all pleasantly surprised with this show's existence. So let's have a listen to it, and then we'll look back at you. So, like, that's a pop punk tune. That's just like got that old sort of like pop punky aesthetic to it.
But with very soft, like
Yeah.
just beautiful vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely they knew how to work around this vocalist for sure. Because they're not trying to get her to push anything, unlike the other OP where they were just working outside of her range. And they just let her go a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Like there was one point where she hits a high note. The first time that she does it in like a mix, like a head voice. The next time she's definitely giving it a little bit more, but it's not like they're demanding more out of her. It's exactly what you do with a really kind of thinner voice, higher pitched vocal.
I thought the songwriting was like on point.
Yeah.
The
You know,
melody's
like you get
great.
that diminished kind of secondary dominant chord just when you want it in a pop punk song.
Yeah. The octaves, the leads, the like bottom, 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 bottom drums.
But she's really selling it for me. Even though the music and arrangement is really good, it's still derivative. I could listen to a whole album of this if it was her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's that combination of those two ingredients.
Yeah.
It's a dichotomy that like they made work.
It's just really, it's strong.
It almost seems like a different kind of twist on like the Lisa model,
Sure. Which
You
is
know what I
much
mean?
more
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
abrasive.
which is much more abrasive.
Big.
But there's a reason that it's so successful, right?
Totally.
You have these high pitched, kind of pretty vocals over top like hard rock. This is almost like the same kind of thing, but with more of like a pop punk aesthetic, but allowing kind of the vocal track to be super clean, and it's very technical. There's not a lot of swoops. There's not a lot of stuff. The notes that she's hitting are moving quick and they're very exact.
Da, 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 da,
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun. There's a lot of movement and she's just kind of like hitting each note like she's, nailing a bullseye. It's really, really nice.
I don't know how this show is doing. Well, actually, I do. It's got a 7.5 on Mal. I think it's a good time to do this because,
Well, but this also isn't like the average show for viewers
Yeah,
too.
I'm very curious.
Because it's pretty
Yeah.
not many people are reviewing this show
but
just
that's
as well.
like right now in Japan, like one of the most common things young people want to be is like a model.
Yeah.
It's a very like, like here, it's like everyone wants to be influencers.
Yeah.
By the way, least favorite word.
Word ever.
It's
Yeah.
the worst word in the
Bleep
world.
that out, please.
Yeah, please bleep that word out. But influencer. In Japan it's a very common kind of profession to aspire to. So I think this kind of like hit at the right time. I'm interested in see what it's like.
Yeah.
All
Me
right, so
too.
we've got one OP left. We've been saving this one until the end because we all kind of agreed unanimously that this was the OP of the season, I'm pretty sure.
More than likely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Between this or ID, Invaded, I think.
Yeah.
Objectively,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is maybe my pick. Subjectively, it's the other
It's
ones.
ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that this is like going to be way more kind of unanimously received as just like a very strong OP, as opposed to some of the other ones that we personally may enjoy.
Exactly.
Whether
that are a
you
little
like
bit
it or
more-
not.
Yeah,
Like,
a little
whether
bit
it's
more
your aesthetic or
triggering,
not.
yeah.
But it's so we're obviously talking about Somali of the Forest because it's brilliant. So one last listen and then we'll give you guys your thoughts, and then we're gonna do a quick wrap up of all the OPs we listened to.
That sounds great.
Okay, so Dunnery just said while we were listening to it, like, we're all just kind of in awe.
It's just great. Like,
It's just amazing.
it's hard to really quantify what makes this so amazing.
You know what it reminds me of?
It's a full orchestra. Like, what do you expect?
You know what this
really?
reminds me of? Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Yeah.
It harkens back to that sort of like big bombastic orchestra.
But this is a bit more quaint. It's a bit smaller.
Yes. Yeah.
And I would say in terms of like the composition and arranging, it's a bit more diverse than that.
Yes.
This goes a lot more places. That's more just like a ballad.
Yeah.
This is more like Disney-esque,
Yeah.
like old Disney-esque.
Yeah.
That middle section where it does like the weird little like in the middle of the stuff.
The
it's
quality of the arranging is very high.
extremely high. Yeah.
Now, I do have a problem. My only problem with this is that it's very clearly a chamber orchestra, meaning it's a smaller ensemble of people.
Yeah.
I think this would have been so much better if they'd used a full orchestra.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. Could have been budget.
What a complaint. Like, that's such a funny, you know what
I
I
know.
mean?
I'm cherry picking, but like,
It's true, though. It is true. If they just went a little harder.
it could have been budget. It could have been just aesthetic preference. I don't know. I mean, recording orchestras is so expensive.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Do you think, I'd love to know, I don't know whether or not there's any, do you think that was all recorded live? Do you think that was something where there's a conductor taking them all through it in one
I've
sort of
never
instance?
listened to it for that, but we could. We could listen to that and try to see.
Because I'd be really curious because it's so weirdly dynamic in the way that the song moves and the cues are and the writs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it very well could have been.
It just feels like something like that. Whether or not they did, again, that's also far more stressful.
When
but-
I heard this the first time, I didn't think it was a mock-up or like it was MIDI, only because at that quality and that level, that much detail specifically, it's a lot of work to do with MIDI.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's a lot of work.
And he has a really weird voice, but man, does it ever work. Like, it's so great. And like, there'll be times where he kind of sustains a note at the end of phrases and gets this incredible vibrato on it. Yeah, it's quite spectacular. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, there's something very magical about it, and I think it fits. I mean, again, I know we're not really going into the visuals, but man, visually, what's going on? It just lines up so stellar.
Yeah.
What I felt so validating about this is that it's just nice to see a show like an OP song with traditional musical values.
That was my main note.
You know,
Yes.
I mean, that is, a key characteristic of anime music in general, like an emphasis on rhythm and harmony and arranging and all these things we've been talking about today. But I feel like this is the best version of that.
We've arrived at like the apotheosis of arranging for
The
this
apex.
for this season at least of anime. This has definitely got kind of like, we tried the hardest and boy did it pay
What was
off.
that?
Yeah.
Can you say that word again for me?
Apotheosis. Do you like that word?
Damn.
Yeah, that's like at the height of something. Well, that's the zenith of the sun kind of thing.
Holy shit. Flexing on us.
Could you please use it in a second?
Yeah, there
What
you
is
go.
the country of origin?
Iridocyclitis.
Iridocyclitis.
My favorite word.
Yeah, big fan.
All right.
You know what? Quick little story on that. I know that because my harmony teacher, at one point, he was like a man in his 60s, and he said, "I am the apotheosis of hip," and we all absolutely murdered him for that. It was great.
That's
Made fun of
incredible.
him mercilessly. Classic jazz harmony
I
teacher
am the
garbage.
we should get shirts, like
Yeah.
matching shirts.
The apotheosis of hip.
The moment you say hip, you've outed yourself as an old jazz guy.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't
yeah.
use the word hip anymore.
No.
No.
Physiologically, you can use the word hip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
'cause you do
I have
own
hip
hips.
problems.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
do have hip problems.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, so what we thought
You
we'd do
lack
now,
hip.
we kind of talked about whether we liked or disliked. So basically, we wanted to give you a quick rundown of all the OPs and just a quick thumbs up, thumbs down on whether or not we liked or disliked the OP. Just go through them all super quick. So quick final consensus across the board. Haikyuu to the top.
Fantastic.
Thumbs up,
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
for me.
thumbs up,
Yeah.
thumbs up. Great. Darwin's Game.
Can we give like the middle? Like thumb?
will
I feel
give-
like that's cheating.
Okay,
Thumbs up for me then.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a thumbs down.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up just for those piano fills. That's it. That's the only reason it gets it.
I just don't think it pushes enough for me. Inspector, thumbs up or thumbs down? For me, it's a thumbs up. That's the da-na-na-na-na-na-na, that's that one.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plunderer. Thumbs down for me.
Yeah, thumbs down for me.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Eizouken, don't touch, hands off Isekai.
Amazing. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Easy
Yeah.
breezy.
2
Done.
thumbs up.
Yeah, fantastic.
Interspecies reviewers in the Navy.
I just love the village people. I really do.
Yeah.
So
Which is fun fact because the characters in this show also love the village people.
They do.
They do
love
love
and they
the
make
village
love
people.
to the village people.
Yeah. Thumbs down.
Yeah.
I think everything about the show deserves a thumbs down.
Yeah.
something else is already going up, so we may as well put our thumbs
Chill.
down.
Although 2 thumbs up for boob physics.
We always give those thumbs up.
Yeah. Insert light novel long title about being overpowered isekai sword art knockoff.
The Itai no wa
Yeah.
Io no.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs
Big
down, overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall thumbs down.
Could have been good. Could have been good.
Yeah. Toilet bound Hanako-kun.
Amazing. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
A thumbs up for me, yeah.
I love it.
Science love show. Thumbs up for me.
No,
Oh, this is the one,
I
this
can't
is
do
the one
it.
that had like the ska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind this. Again, this is why I want to know if we can do the halfway.
No, there's no
thumb.
halfsies.
Yeah. I'm down on it. The vocal issues were a little too severe for me. A little too much. Melodically wasn't doing much for me either. It's just, yeah, just a little flat. I'm giving flat a thumbs down.
What are you?
I'm thumbs up.
I'll be thumbs up for this.
I like it.
Wow. Okay.
It's the music.
I'm alone on this one. I will
It was the
die on this
music.
hill.
Madoka Gaiden. Madoka Gaiden.
I'm giving it a thumbs up, but I wanted
Better
to
vocals.
feel more strong about it. I'm sad that I'm even thinking about it. It's a Madoka show. I wanted to love it, but I'm still going to give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the
Thumbs
same
up
boat.
for me, but they could have done far better with the vocals
Yeah.
and maybe even the melody just in general.
Yeah.
I'm thumbs up, but my arm's really tired, and I kind of want to just.
I'm a little
down.
sad about it.
Yeah. Isekai Quartet 2.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up,
Yeah,
without a doubt,
Brilliant. ID Invaded. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Great.
That's too good. Yeah.
that's a
Dorohedoro. Welcome to the chaos.
I'm putting my 6th finger up. That's how I feel about it. Everything about it defies logic, but for some reason I think it's great. I think it's great.
I'm really struggling to put a thumbs up, but I'm giving it a thumbs up, but I really don't want to.
I've been too generous with my thumbs lately. So it's cool. I'll never listen to it again, probably, other than watching the show. So it's a thumbs down.
Okay. Railgun 3. Down.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Didn't do it for me.
No.
Yeah.
Thumbs down.
Nekopara.
Hey, have we said the name of the song yet?
Shiny Happy Days.
Shiny Happy Days.
They said it enough.
You know
in
what?
the
These are
song.
getting. This is getting a shiny happy thumbs up from me. I love it.
You've exposed a lot.
I'm not a cat girl. I just like the OP.
The synth in the pre-chorus is not enough to save it for me. It's a thumbs down.
Do I please the god of music or my otaku brethren? That's what I want to know. Thumbs down.
It's a
thumbs down.
Yeah.
Infinite Dendrogram. Thumbs. I don't. You know what? I don't remember it. So
Did
thumbs
it
down.
happen?
Yeah.
This was another one of the SAO ripoffs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we mentioned that it sounded like an Air Aoi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was a
Oh.
battle. Yeah. Thumbs down.
Wow, how forgettable.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, she needs to stop yelling. Or just key it down a bit.
Yeah, key it down a bit.
Key it down a bit.
Yeah.
Just give her a whole step.
Whoever arranged that should have.
Yeah, give her some wiggle room.
3 thumbs down.
Yeah.
Pet. The TK song.
For me, that's 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the thumbs up as well.
You're allowed. Hey, you're allowed.
You're
Say it.
allowed. Do it.
I'm not into it. I'm not into it yet. That's a thumbs down for me. Muranase Seton Gakuin, that furry anime school.
You can find my thumbs in the gutter somewhere.
Yeah.
I've cut them off.
Yeah.
I have forsaken all that I own.
I actually had another thumb implanted on the other side of my hand so I can put 3 thumbs
Multiple
down.
thumbs
Yeah,
down.
Exactly.
I'm so upset.
Yeah.
I need to call my mother. Something has gone terribly wrong in my
Mom,
life.
come pick me up. There's furries everywhere.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Why?
I'm telling you, otaku are going to get very angry at
I
you.
don't mean it in a bad
At the
way. I'm just
distinction
so
between-
Guys,
scared.
the show could be great, but do you know who's not going to find out if it is or not?
Us.
This guy right here, pointing 2 of his thumbs to himself and then directly
You
down.
guys have to remember I've read all of this show.
Yeah,
so.
that's unfortunate.
I'm it's a no for me.
yeah,
Heya Camp.
Yes, love
Yes.
it.
thumbs up.
fantastic. Yeah,
It's
thumbs
nice.
up. Yeah.
Yep. Sorcerous Stabber. Orphen.
So yeah, Orphen, no.
Down.
I'm
Down.
so sad again.
Runway show.
Yes.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yes.
Really-
I'm all about it.
Really, really nice.
Yeah. All about
And
it.
Somali of the Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
every thumb,
I'm
every
jumping for joy.
If there is an appendage that can go up, it's up.
2020 is saved.
David has his own boob physics.
Yes. Anime is saved. OPs are saved. My skin is clear. My hair is washed. My crops are growing. It is raining
There is
in
a
the desert.
bountiful harvest in the land.
Yes. Everything is coming up roses.
Yeah.
And it is thanks to Somali.
Yeah. Okay. So that kind of wraps up our OP discussion for winter 2020 season. Do either of you guys have any final comments that you want to make on the OPs?
Now we got to watch these shows.
What
yeah.
one of these shows? What's first on the list for you to watch after all of these OPs?
Somali for sure.
Somali for me.
Maybe Eizouken.
I'm really intrigued by Hanako-kun, Toilet Bound.
Sure.
Very intrigued.
Yeah.
People keep raving about Inspector too, and I really want to know what makes that show so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Yep.
big one.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff. And Runway, for sure.
Runway, yeah.
ID Invaded, I definitely want to give a look at. Pet has that great OP. It's by the director who did Bakano and a bunch of like
How many Raws?
a few Raws.
Raws, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Natsume Yujincho.
Oh, wow,
Like
yeah.
he's a very successful
Yeah.
guy.
Worth checking
this
out.
director, but the ratings aren't great.
Yeah.
So I'm
We'll
all set
see.
with that. But I will say, upon first review, I didn't think the OP songs this season were very strong. But
No.
after sitting down here today with you guys, I'm coming off pretty good.
You feel better about it?
A lot more of those songs are going to go in my YouTube playlist than I thought.
Yeah, I really hope so. And I think with more listening, they will, because there are some OPs from last year that are like standouts in like the past like 10 years.
You know something we didn't talk about that technically speaking did debut this season was the second half of Carol and Tuesday.
Oh my God.
It
Yeah.
did, which we didn't talk about.
Technically, that is
I
this
guess
year.
that means we'll have to do a separate podcast on Carol and Tuesday because we're
Darn it.
kind of out of time.
Gosh
so-
darn it.
Yeah,
Well, it
wow.
looks like we're going to have to do that next time.
Next time. Thank you guys very much for joining us. My name's David.
My name's Yusuf.
My name is Dunnery.
We're from ANIMYZE. You can look out for more video content coming soon, as well as more podcasts. And if you guys are interested, we're going to be doing 4 or 5 different presentations at Anime North this year in Toronto. So if you want to come check us out there, you can see us there.
And God knows where else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
knows?
We'll go wherever someone tells
We'll
us
keep
to.
you posted. Exactly.
But thank you guys so much for listening to our inaugural podcast, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Oh my
You were waiting forever for that.
son of a...
God, I can't stand you at all. You're the actual worst.
It's gonna end with son of a.